Hi, welcome to the Tristan channel. Today I thought I'd like to do a video about the upcoming Marvel film, Spider-Man No Way Home. Now, many have said Doctor Strange is acting weird, and how does he still have the Eye of Agamotto when it was destroyed in the Endgame film? Okay, so let's address his behaviour in the trailer. Some have said this is not Doctor Strange because he is reckless, etc. It's Mephisto, etc., etc. Well, let me remind you, Doctor Strange is reckless and sure of himself. In the first movie, he was reading and sneaking forbidden books out of the temporal library, and he was messing about with a time stone and an apple, of which then he gets caught by Wong and Mordo. So this kind of behaviour is nothing new or surprising. He's confident that he can cast a spell to help Peter, despite Wong's warnings not to. And it's Peter's waffling that breaks the spell, as Strange has to concentrate on what he's doing at hand, the job at hand, the spell he's working on. Now, this then leads to the idea that he's Mephisto because of the similarities between this and the comic story One Day. I think it's called One Day, something like that effect, I think. However, this is purely Disney borrowing ideas, as in the comics, it's the Silver Surfer that crashes in the Sanctum to warn about Thanos, not Banner. So again, it's not so hard to work out or understand what they're doing or where they get these ideas from. Also, I bring up the Eye of Agamotto. Now, because he's wearing the amulet, doesn't mean he still has it. As pointed out in Doctor Strange 1, the amulet isn't the Eye of Agamotto. The eye is the time stone within it, as explained by Wong in Doctor Strange 1 and the Infinity War, because that was the twist of the films leading up to the Infinity War, etc., was the fact that certain items were the stones. For example, Loki's spear was the Mind Stone, the Tesseract being the Space Stone, and the Eye being the Time Stone, etc. Again, the amulet is merely the housing for it, and the amulet was destroyed, and the amulet we saw destroyed was a fake, as stated by Thanos. However, with Doctor Strange 2, the Multiverse of Madness, this does not mean he won't get the stone back, as Doctor Strange 2 synopsis that's been leaked so far mentions that he is continuing his research with the Time Stone. Well, how does he do that with no Time Stone? Well, maybe he gets a new one from the multiverse in Doctor Strange 2, or even in one of the realities in Spider-Man No Way Home. Either way, the amulet he wears is not the eye is the stone. It's also part of his attire in the comics. You know, he has it always wearing the Eye of Agamotto. So without it, his attire would look odd. In the comics, he's always got on. You know. Don't forget, to break Iron Man's arrogance, it took 3 solo films plus the events in New York and Ultron to break him. As the more Marvel story arcs go, Doctor Strange's story arc has only just begun. In Infinity War, he refers to himself as Master of the Mystic Arts, not the Sorcerer Supreme. He has at least needed to survive his trials of the 2nd or 3rd film to finally earn that title. It's just the way they roll. Despite the Ancient One seeing it within Doctor Strange or in his destined future, he himself may not, or does not yet see it, or has earned it. This still does not mean he won't be reckless or sure of himself. In fact, because he pushes himself to achieve the impossible, just like he did as a surgeon, is what makes him appealing to the Ancient One, and which adds to why he has so much potential. People are also saying he has the eye back because of Endgame. Well, no, the stone that was returned to the Ancient One, they say it's this, he got the eye back because it was returned to the Ancient One in Endgame. But not quite, because the one Steve Rogers took back was from the history of the Prime timeline. Therefore, it was still destroyed in the present. Don't forget, the only difference was, if the time stone wasn't returned, it would create a new branch reality in in which the Earth is destroyed by Dormammu, because Strange doesn't have the stone. Returning said stone wouldn't return it to the present. That's not how time travel works. Now, I'm not being horrible, but I do wonder if people pay attention to these films. These films are made for all ages. They ain't going to make it mind-blowingly hard so that 10-year-old Timmy has to sit down and have a family talk about quantum physics. You know? Not being horrible there, but anyway. The answers are all there. And people obsessed with Mephisto is not flipping Mephisto. It's just Doctor Strange being Doctor Strange. And as someone said, what if the only twist to this is Doctor Strange teaching Peter an important lesson? Notice that Strange ain't bricking himself for the entire trailer. He's doing everything, including helping Peter throughout, with confidence. He doesn't have the look of, oh shit, I screwed up. Clearly, he has a trick up his cloak. And before I go, the cube you see in the trailer is the Pandemonium box. Go look it up. So, I thought I'd address those points. All the answers are there. And yes, whilst it's fun to theorise, I do believe it's got out of hand now, you know. And so I hope this video helped clear up points. I could be wrong. It could be wonder in disguise. Anyway, if you like this video, hit like, and if you haven't, then please show support by subscribing to my channel. Until next time, folks, take care. Bye-bye.